How can you make this happen? How can you actually get started? Opportunities are everywhere. Had I been at the bank and before I knew about property, before I knew about HMOs, before I knew that we could actually do this, I would have passed these properties and had no idea that it's got anything to do with me. But now we can see these properties, especially old care homes, B&Bs, those types of businesses especially. Often they're cash businesses, often their profits don't look great, so the businesses are worth less, you can get the properties for less, and they're more likely to be open to a lease option or exchange with day completion model where you can rent to buy and you don't need all the money up front. And in the group, in our Kickstarter mentorship, last week Sarah was saying that she had been sending landlord letters saying, do you want to rent or do you want to sell? As you'd had people getting in touch about selling their properties. How to fund the deals. This opens your mind a little bit. How much money have you got? How much money have you got access to? And a great first place to start is just to get together with friends and buy properties, for example. You can use those private finance 5 magic words because to say, do you know anyone who would be interested in this opportunity, which is a phenomenal opportunity for them and a phenomenal opportunity for you. Having that way of thinking that brings that resourcefulness of all the resources in the world, brings some of it to you, is just that mindset shift that will blow up your success. And then cash flow from your rent-to-rent business. I put rent-to-rent business. You could have any business that makes money, right? Any business that makes money. You can use that money to invest in property. One thing I haven't talked about here, which we have done, is for tax purposes, you can have a pension attached to any limited company, SAS pension. And with that SAS pension, you can buy commercial property and you don't need to pay tax to take money out of the business before you do that. And then we talked about all the different bank finance, bridging finance, commercial finance. So you've got to make yourself creditworthy. You don't have to be creditworthy now, but to get into property, you have to have a good credit record because you need to be able to buy properties. Otherwise, you've got to rely on other people to buy the properties. It always means that you pay more for finance if you can't get it yourself. All of that started with rent-to-rent. And then I wanted to talk about the next step beyond rent-to-rent, because that is where we all want to get to. We all want to get owning the assets, because what you can see there is you get the cash flow and you also get capital equity growth. But when you haven't started in property yet, it can feel like it's unbelievable. Because I remember when I was sitting in the audience in Bristol in 2016, it just seemed unbelievable to a certain degree. But there was a part of me that thought, oh my God, if these two guys can do it, maybe even I could do it.